are the laws of metaphysics or metaphysical laws like this one, like the singleton set, like what we're using here for ground functionalism, are those grounded in the cosmos, or are they fundamental alongside? What's the just? I know it might be pure speculation at this point, but what are the nature of these types of laws?
Great question. Really great question. I think they can't be grounded in the cosmos because the way that I'm thinking about grounding is grounding works when you have um, some more fundamental entities and a linking principle
Hmm.
from which the less fundamental entities derive. So, like in the set formation case, you needed Socrates, but you also needed set formation to
Yeah,
get singleton Socrates out. If
yeah,
you didn't have set formation, you wouldn't get anything out of Socrates, or at least you wouldn't get any sets out of Socrates, and you get some
yeah.
other stuff. Um, but if you just had the cosmos and no linking principles at all, and you thought, oh, maybe I could get the linking principles out of the cosmos, well, you wouldn't have any laws of metaphysics yet to get anything out of the cosmos.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
I think we actually have a powerful argument. This is something I've argued in a paper called Laws for Metaphysical Explanation, uh, that at least from this ground theoretic perspective, you actually have to take at least some of the laws of metaphysics as brute and inexplicable.
Mm,
So I've sometimes I use the phrase root principles.
yeah.
Those are the going to be the basic laws of metaphysics, and there can be just like in the sciences, there can be derivative laws. So I think there can be derivative laws of metaphysics, but there have to be some basic ones from which the derivative entities and the derivative laws are all going to derive.
Okay. That's fantastic. So I think we can transition us back out of the rabbit hole. So I think mind making, is that what you would call this principle, for making minds? That's the connector between the inputs and outputs.
Exactly.
Um, is that in your mind? Is that a derivative law of metaphysics, or is that fundamental to the universe?
So that's something that I'm officially neutral on
Okay.
in the paper, although I hope that it's not a fundamental root principle, but derives from some deeper principles. I
Mm.
actually think that ground functionalism has a very different flavor in the mouth, to at least to me. If mind making is a fundamental principle of the cosmos, then it feels like maybe not as physicalist as I wanted it to be.
Right. That's what I was thinking.
Whereas if there's some more basic principle of uh, some more general functional derivation principle,
Hmm.
and mind making is just a kind of application of this more general functional derivation principle, then minds feel even less special
Yeah.
in the makeup of the cosmos. And that goes, I mean, physicalism is this kind of cluster view.
Sure.
But like whether minds have like a special place in the cosmos or whether or not is like part of what goes in the cluster. And so
Right.
yeah, the specialness of the mind can partly turn on
Hmm.
whether there are root principles that um, make use of mental properties,
Yeah.
invoke mental properties, make, or whether that's just a derivative application.
Well, and that's what is so cool about your work is that you may have just elevated, or through your work here, elevated the conversation between a theist and a non-theist or naturalist, because now we have a new area to argue over. Is mind making is it fundamental or is it not? And if theism is true, it would make more sense for it to be more fundamental. If it's not, then it wouldn't make more sense. And so now we have a higher conversation where we can get in deeper to stuff. It's really cool that the conversation can go even deeper and even further now.
Super cool. I mean, that's part of what I love about philosophy. And like
Yeah.
sometimes you just find these ideas that you just start playing with them and you start finding these like richer and richer connections. And
Yeah.
like